Alright, what's going on, dudes? My name is CTD-ROM. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to build you a gaming PC for $1,000 or less. Let's get started. Alright, first thing we're going to go with is the CPU. Now, I know shiny new Ryzen 5000 chips have been announced, but we have a budget of $1,000, and honestly, for CPU, for just gaming, you can't go wrong with the Ryzen 5 3600. I have the 3700X, and if our budget can allow it, I will upgrade to that. I'd rather use the other $100 or so for a graphics card rather than on the CPU, and honestly, the Ryzen 5 3600 is great. I mean, it's a 4.2 gigahertz boost clock, only 65 watt TDP, 6 cores, 12 threads. Like, honestly, for gaming, it's gonna do you good. As for the cooler, it's a 65 watt chip, so we're not gonna be water cooling it, but I figure you want something a little better than what comes in the box, so we're just gonna go with this Cooler Master Hyper 12. It looks good. It's got the RGB fans if you're into that. It's got 5-star rating. Lowest rating on here is a 3-star, so it looks fine. You're not going to need a crap ton of cooling for a chip like this, and if like our budget is too constrained, we'll get rid of that and just use the stock cooler that's inside. Next, for the motherboard, honestly, I have this one right here, Asus TUF Gaming X570 Plus Wi-Fi, and it's awesome. It's got Wi-Fi built in. It's got a bunch, you know what, let's click on it because it should give us product review. You can see it has a bunch of USB ports in there. If you're gonna throw an AMD CPU that has integrated graphics, it's got the display out, DisplayPort, and HDMI. You can see built-in Wi-Fi, some all USB 3.0, and even a Type-C in there if you're into that. So we're gonna add that. We can downgrade later if that's too much, but we're gonna add that. All right. Now for memory, this is easy. Corsair Vengeance, 16 gigabytes, DDR4, 3200 RAM. For me, this is an easy decision because that's what I have in my system, and it can't do you wrong. 3200 CL16, you know, you get 2 sticks, so you got that dual channel memory. Easy. From there, we get a little tricky. I want an SSD in the system as a boot drive, but you don't need like the Samsung big boy SSD. So we're gonna throw in this Western Digital Blue. We got $60 for a 500 gigabyte SSD, which frankly is awesome. I mean, if you look at the Evos, it's $60 or $70 for a 500 gig SSD. That's almost $10 more. And it's good. It's an M.2 SSD. It'll have it so that, you know, when you're loading into Windows and stuff like that, any programs you put on it, it'll load up super fast. You won't have to wait on a hard drive. But I do want to throw like a 2 terabyte hard drive in there for games and stuff like that. Let's move on to a video card. This is where I'm gonna get probably the most backlash, because I can't do something like a 20 or a 3070 because that's like $500 and we're already at $500 and we don't have like a case or anything yet. So I'm gonna do an RTX 2060 Super. You know what? I'm going to just do regular So I'm going to do RTX 2060. You know, it's fine. It's good. It'll have you playing the games. Not at the fastest speed, but a good speed. And you get that real-time ray tracing built in. What about this EVGA KO Gaming? It is, looks like $352. I like that. You know what? We'll go with the MSI one. We'll go with the MSI, $262. This is the one I have in mine. You can see a bunch of 5-star reviews. Bitch, is you blind? It's out of stock, but I'm not worrying about that. It does really well. It overclocks pretty good too. So we'll do that. We'll do the MSI one. Bam. All right. Let's choose a case. So we're pretty much, here's what we're gonna do. Sort from price. Here we go. So I'm not gonna get like a $20 case. That's not what's gonna happen. What about the Monitech X1? You can see it's got the ARGB. Let's look at the product photos. It has intake and outtake fans. It's not giving me more to look at. let's go to the Amazon listing. Are you following me? You are following me to the Amazon listing. That's good. Let's see. Are there other? Oh, yes, there are other product photos over here. All right, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Wiring space. Enough space for the PSU. It's got full ATX. We got the front SSD mounts. We got a power supply shroud, which is pretty nice. Not great for cable management. I'm kind of noticing there aren't many grommets or anything. But can we get a look at the top USB ports? Are those Gen 2 or Gen 3? I can't tell. It looks like there's one Gen 3 because that looks to be blue. It looks like these two aren't, so you get at least one at the top, and you got some intake and outtake fans. So we're gonna add that to the cart. No, I don't want to buy it. Wait, let me go back. We'll add that to our cart. There we go. Alright, how much money do we have to play with? Ooh, we're running up against it when we're choosing a power supply here. And this is the last thing. I'm not going to do like keyboard and mouse stuff like that. It's just the PC components. Power supply for this. Let's see, what's our watt? Estimated wattage 314 watts. But you still want something kind of beefy so that if you upgrade later. I have a Seasonic power supply. And we'll do, can I sort by 80 plus gold? I can. Well, let me check that off. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Seasonic 80 plus gold. Is this what I have? Oh, $119.99 from Best Buy. It's out of stock though, but I'm going to take that because that's what I bought it. I'm pretty sure that's MSRP. I think it's just really out of stock because that's what I got it for on Amazon. So we're going to take that price and we're going to change it. It's not doing Seasonic for some reason. Seasonic. Focus plus gold, 750 watt. We'll add that, and we're probably gonna have to downgrade our motherboard too. So let me adjust the price here. Save part price setting. Yeah, we're $30 over our budget. Let's see, where can we cut down? Oh, we are $30 over our budget, and we don't. You could buy the CPU cooler later. Honestly, the one in the box is gonna do you fine. And that puts us just under our budget of $1,000 before taxes and shipping. But we have the Ryzen 5 3600 processor, Asus TUF Gaming X570 Plus Wi-Fi motherboard. We have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 Corsair brand. We have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 Corsair RAM running at 3200 megahertz. We have an SSD Western Digital 500 gigabytes and a 2 terabyte hard drive for your games and stuff. Oh, that's a 1660 Super. I'm sure you were all screaming at me like, that's not an RTX 2060.
Bitch, is you blind?
You dumb motherfucker. Alright, hold on. RTX 2060, because I have an MSI graphics card. I don't know if this will show up because of the green screen. Oops. I dropped my mouse. Let me see. Because I have... it's not going to let me show it. That's fucking funny. You can kind of see it. I have an MSI RTX 2060. It's not going to let me... Whatever. I have one, so I know they exist. RTX 2060, and we'll do price low to high. Oh, we're in the $300 range, boys. There it is, 324 bucks. Let's add that. Does that put us... Oh, that puts us $50 over budget. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Okay, so we could probably save on the power supply a little bit. I'm still going to go for an 80 plus gold. And we're going to get one of theirs just at a lower wattage. We're going to get this 551 instead. Oh, still 30 bucks over budget. Damn. Because that's enough wattage. We're going to get a less expensive motherboard then, because we can definitely do that. Choose a motherboard. We're going to do some with integrated Wi-Fi and something that's B450. Wi-Fi. Here we go. So we got, oh, here we go. We got a full-size motherboard from, actually, Gigabyte. I can't look at the ports that well. Let's go back. Let me do that again. Let us open this in a new tab and open this in Amazon. See if we can get more product photos. We can. Let's look at them ports. Alright, USB 3.0 all the way around. We got a Type-C. We got HDMI, not just DVI for video output, though we don't care about really that. And then we got some audio over here. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's add that and see if we are set with that. Yes! There we go. We got the base total was over, but we got a little bit of a discount there, and we're down to $988.61. We might be able to squeeze in that Seasonic power supply now. I know it says compatibility issues seen below, but I mean, if we click on this and open it, and then go to the Amazon page, we should be able to find reviews and see if it works with 3rd gen Ryzen. Let's make sure. I'm sure it does. Let's see. Yep, this motherboard with my perfect build for the 3700X, easy to install, and excellent price. And that is, oh, don't do that. That is Ryzen 3rd gen. We have a 3600, but it should work fine. If it doesn't and it needs a BIOS update, you can actually contact AMD and they'll send you a Zen Plus CPU to plop in so you can update the BIOS and then you send it back. So they're pretty good about that, but considering we have that confirmed, I'm not too worried. But yeah, let's see. We might be able to squeeze in that 750 watt power supply. All right, and then we add, and then we come down here. And we do manually enter price, and then we do that, and then we save. Let's see. Ooh, just barely over budget. All right, so if you're okay with a little bit less wattage, you can get the 550 watt 80 plus gold fully modular. If you're okay with spending $8 more, then you can get the 750 watt for like upgrades down the road and stuff. But there we go. That is a gaming PC at pretty much $1,000 with a Ryzen 5 3600, a Gigabyte B450 Aorus Pro Wi-Fi ATX AM4 motherboard, 16 gigabytes of DDR4, 3200 memory, Western Digital 500 gigabyte SSD, 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda hard drive, an RTX 2060. This Monotech X1 ATX mid-tower case, and then the Seasonic, either the 750 watt of this or the 550 watt, depending if you really can't go $8 over budget. So there you go. That was pretty cool. Yeah, pretty sick, right? Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and tell me that you would want more of something like this. But, yeah, thanks again. I've been CTD Rom, and I'll see you in the very next one. Peace.